everything I am makwaba strong so eba POG Media so and ye dem beko highway so highway ne de ensem bebre wo so ayen so ya je penny se be me abedwafo no ahu de eko ene de eba na den na eko so ewo highway ne so eye owusu bempa na asisia no wa odimrika akobawura John Dramani Mahama fie edidwa to akese ekoma no over ne Airbus scandals a oba bonten ebekeka bi kire John Dramani Mahama obedidi na tema eze oba okeka nsema ensem fata se eso okeka o chesenka Akuffo adokra no ese ojeli John Dramani Mahama because oye very corrupt enye asam ketu akra na we na afei de O.Benpah OSP ebebua ensem ni we a o chese John Dramani Mahama no ensem bia eni ne ho no O.Benpah ababonten the apology kese the Akroma John Dramani Mahama there's a NDC for now so so bo O.Benpah chi say ono kra no ono so ye corrupt into no na pa cha ni podie omo nso so omo ntie ni nsema omo keka ndie omo akeka bia kire O.Benpah che say ndie odru ba bi na ye born ntutu O.Benpah ete say aboa papon omo di na tema enya asem keto akra ebe pese ebe mi abidwafo no be mi akona yakwakotie ensema ekos na answer na ebe kono o ensem kan bi afahye your comment section like na share ma afofo so answer into me enkabi madam ase.
They shouldn't be spectators, rather citizens. No? These discerning Ghanaians, Ebehunu say, we are dealing with liars, corrupt and wicked people. Akuffo Addo edano. Na 7th December nidra. Womu ekotwa bano. Womu kai hu abanya yedne ne tias yete Ghana ha. Eti me chichira asem sheda chichira asem se yemfa we mo no na yemfa we mo no ye pe 1 seat aka ho Godfrey Dame me de Dame no me spelling DAMU me spelling DUMMY Godfrey Dummy. What's he? He's so dummy. Sana me de me friend. Na ubetimi atena se out of what you say he is so evil to the point to say ni refi ne ho say as lawyer penny a wugina mu ma aban wouldn't need rights say wo obi a wode ne gina court no wona ne benya very say ensa woso na say wo pesa woni nipa no kwa nya ensa woso a you should do that through ne lawyer woni mu nyina o but boni a wo pedi John Mahama boni a wo pedi Atofo sin into the refi no ho we decided so be call forward and your ma boni a wode share ne nsa no wo ye no be ya akwa akosi ena Nyankopon John Mahama Nyankopon a wote ase ese share ha you are dealing with the wrong one me say there be a metana afidie so aka Ghana ha mema wa ha se currently eye kisi ejaben ene Richard Japa and I know Messiah no airport na nenkofo ewo ne nchen bibi na nka me pe no kra edi na twa picture ba ko ma hro ne kese de abom me de nyame hira papa no Godfrey Dame and he didn't Dame no media me spelling it DUMMY because he's dummy etime ne papa di nkita ho etre ne se eseso ye ne ntem no otimi jeli Atofo so that there will be by election no omo the Ghana sika taxpayers money na omo awia ne nyina kotuatua mankrofo no omo fight agesa seat ne de aka omo sika de ahwe omo botom e de apase wo parliament na omo nya omo way through no omo de amia wo man no because the purpose of that ade ne nyina ye e kwan be fa so omo be pass killer policies e be mia Ghana for na John Mahama Nyankopon te asenti Richard Japa e pa ne hontoma e ma lawyer panyini ka che ne se anka onye ne ho kura mfirim se wo panyini woni fie anka se otie na nka oyi ne ho kura mfirim na nka asem ne koda na ye nka ye close asem ya akweti no ka koda be nyame begu wani ma ase a wonma de a wo ye wo nyame begu wani ma ase a o promotu nyame be watamfo nso begu ani mase a wo mo promote ne ye yodom ene enim guase nyame John Mahama Nyankopon ahyehya de ato wo twen Godfrey Dame no eso chen sanim guase na wo hu no last week no sanim guase na eba no eba Godfrey Dame ne Akuffo Addo ne MPP aban so no eso chen de adi kan ba no so wo Supreme Court ye twen no appeals court really want ase meboa to the Supreme Court e de na man adwen ye ne say Supreme Court won a walk on one betimi over really na omo incriminate
omobagu
your friend is saying ato forcing
omobagu
e dey na ye na adwen because na adwen say oh say Supreme Court wa ho say I am Justice Tuko no down in there na adwen say on betimi aye bibia but they should know say there are limits to whatever they can do enti wono ankasa no adwen ode ko no one ni nyansa ayera ni nyansa asi ni nyansa asa ni nimdie asa apem John Mahama Nyankopon wa gina adwene ni nyansa nyina afiri ni tirim se ni ti no esi sukuto empty head na bonsama wo pe na gu nanim ase no ene nkrofo a e pe na gu nanim ase be ye yodom yemfa nko appeals court yeti ha ye twen no because justice is no more Supreme Court no wo mo da sumie so wo mo wa busuafo wo mo wo se eyi shame kakra wo mo ho a at least they know what is the change coming or they know they can feel it they can sense it wo mo nim kra nkofo ka kire wo
it's like on internal we na kwakoye report and I be know
they know
and omo lose
they know and Richard Dami they pushing no de ne kono eye bonsam bia wo pe na gu nanim ase e na piano no beko Supreme Court ho na adwene say oh appointments egu de omo ye nkrofo na this time around no say nsuo fawa emu homa nyina ebe pa Supreme Court ebe pa Godfrey Dami amen guase a eba no eso chen kane edie ya na anu yi esi minu abema me kan no ana me kan san ba biem ajapade deal
asana be bro mbese wotia de we free man Martin Crofobia can say kisia jabin reporter ana ne nsem wode babontin say Owura Mahama who son fa Airbus scandal you Akuffo ka say ana ya shene funumu na dentina 3 months and I say 4 adentina 4 months elections e babontin the person ka be mama because me kai say time no a former special prosecutor Amidu Kaiser it was it 2 months to elections and Mahama issues in the Bible thing. So why are people making that statement?
Many of them me da say men corner that way no cry. Men corner say
okay.
The American say one more can about bribery. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, or your former president, he's been in opposition for 8 solid years, almost. I can't some few months, not 8 years.
Yes.
It is Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Are they telling us so we sketch and Bawumia ne Akuffo Addo ne Gabi ne Kenuforiata ne Bedie Tumana? Is that what they are telling us? Me busa o minu abema.
What is work anymore?
Tisa no mpeso obonchire. Say His Excellency, e wo sika pa emodo because kisi ajaben so you be oye corrupt to say Akuffo Addo no ne Bawumia no ma. He will go for the highest bidder.
That's right.
Because obi oye corrupt no. Da bia opesika na kese. Enti wa wo be ma na kese no. Wo no obeya wo bedin de amawo. Enti I'm not sure say ka kisi ajaben ebeji JM sika because JM say sika na bi ni ho.
Okay.
Oba ye no wanwia bi. Say JM wi sika te say Akuffo Addo mo de a. E na say ye wo mo evidence te say de ne. Wo mo chechire ya wo mo ahu a wo manya bi. So wo mo ba na mo say wo mo ba bechi enkofo agum. Ene ma me musa me nua be ma. Sansam na omo ka che Ghana for 2016 no 8 years ya so why no omo timi ageli no so ofa sika Ghana sika enso ene me nua be ma se NDC ba ba mu a first 100 days se NDC His Excellency John Dramani Mahama one jeli kwanya ono na be jeli Ghana mara kra jeli no enye nothing less than 20 people from Akuffo Addo's government. His Excellency there woni kisi ajaben twaba kamba na da wo montem awo no betimi akọ influence kisi ajaben se omeka se ne hunsun papa yi gina ho kan se minimum hwe me nsa bibia ye clean no eye ne na me fa sa akwanya we so abusa ba bia owusu bempa a wo ye Ghana gas His Excellency John Dramani Mahama si ye aboa papon a wo free me a mi krom aboa papon me busa se wo he asema office of the special prosecutor dia betu dwa no o Ghana ha na wo wa manone mi busa se watibi sa ne nsamfo a na wo di me ko njem na senya aboa papo na ka minim se ye petition obi a asem fa ne ho a wo na waban wo so a court wo
na dog pa also ni pa ko ya aboa papa na aboa de
what you say mi busa eye mani hu ese emfi obi a ho se sa aboa papa ya wo firi miami krom because na adwen ne say o pese onya ne enka so ye more MPP than obi a enti wo be ye nioma akese
John Mahama si Ghana gas franco ni adwuma
senye Mahama na si Ghana gas ene wukotena ho a wanya sika wukwa uba mikro magugwa aboa papun fi a esisi agogo bra swimming pool da soro da form
hey
yes rooftop swimming pool hobsina do ye tena ha kan ye busa hobsina do ye asema o kan ye no kretro do wonya sika no wo he eye John Mahama na chi na boa mu ni nyansa na wodi si Ghana gas e ma wadwuma no e ho na wanya sa sika na wia edi bia ba be si adan bra agogo be hwe wo usu be mpadan me nua be ma me se wo hu wo usu be mpadan egu agogwa wo se wo san do ye be kan ho asem obi na no bi ani kumase the same building ye more than palace it is a Beckman palace aboa papon na saa nipa we wotimi tena radio so no atena TV so no wadi John Mahama tema so ye corrupt ama wotimi nya nerves nya balls ese wo ba be ye demonstration against my petition no na that day no nyankopon etiase na busuafo foto ne fo na wotie ye na ka menye sure say nenke ye kan atiasefo anko ka ho because say na NDC fo mabunu ne buafo no ka na me ntimi guarantee ne life na so de otu ne fo no wotie ye ene aboa papon wo he brabe yi wa no special prosecutor say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was saying who so ninsa ene ne nan ni ti ni bibia ye fita na mi busa Ghana gas wo na wo no ana wo se wo bi nsa ye corrupt no wo wonya sika wo he ene ne wo fie swimming pool da rooftop e bi da form me no nya ne fira gogo me ni mu fie bra na be yi ma no na fa ko wo be ka se o ma be ka asema nya no kre me twen wo se wo de be court na me fa wo dan pictures ne wo dan ho nkrata nyina amra bonten wo mu ade emfere ade because of politics. What meet na radio so now obi kunu obi papa timidi na tema edinatem ene special prosecutor say John Mahama hu so enti wo sabrobe brabontin na be pa ne chewo wo so bempa
and doc wonim say abaye because say John enim scandal ho hwenti Bawumia the next government would have
time every time I to baby
maybe they say about that time crack because people think say John Mahama
and other influencers
it this time it's when John Mahama na appointed no una mo appointed no it is a mo bibi a money kise jaben kwa kasa o mo feel say nipa nyina na tese mo a e mo feel say nipa nyina na tese Godfrey Dami a ba be ye mo bidding a emo a wo man no waka no kre na me bom pa se nyankopon free suro on hira kisi ajaben omo ne nabusu ahoban ade awe ya waye no wanye for no personal interest and as MPP interest or ye no in the interest of the country waka no kre nyame hira no and why expose Bawumia ekwan a woni ni nua Abraham Bawumia afaso a wo mu wie Ghana sika am kisi tape
through sourcing and now no me nua bema so we follow Same Jenfi press conference our year.
Kisi jabin tape no.
What is wa ahomete areho. Bawumia from the opposition in 2016. Except John Mahama ma contract be a yes so sourcing. So sourcing no, it is possible per our constitution. If there is an emergency, then say emergency then nipa nkwa na say be disaster be you can do.
Talks about emergency, talks about peculiarity.
Yes.
If you are recording now panel peculiar to a certain company.
A certain company, I want to bet me deliver. What you say? But this is a situation whereby Bawumia wouldn't need any knowledge about construction. But we be a vice president, I wouldn't need any be companies over 15. And what the way pray to her, no a pray to her. Where the pray to her, Nina companies are kasi Nina ya demand no, Nina ya through so sourcing. Na mini abema oshe between March 2023 nena. Bawumia nua boy yisika waje free Ghana my ho over 30 billion trillion billion titisika trillion a day.
In 2 days they paid about out of the money in 2 days they paid about 70 million. Just
contract our Ghana ha
2 days 70 million.
Just our the Bawumia ni nua ne Bawumia nti ene Ghana for amote ho amoya it is possible mo ho ye mo bo you for about ho say ye be ma mo phone na woni made ba kwa mete wa medi ya pa mag ana mabu
me patro kai we me person me twa we so my yentie ne kisi kan briefly on His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and ye ba ye be queue ye mami in on phone no jina phone ti mami jina phone ho no
military transport aircraft from Airbus followed substantially the same pattern. Parliament approved the proposed transactions in 2011. In accordance with the laws of Ghana, in the estimation of the OSP, there was nothing remarkable about the deal, and it certainly would not have found its way in the UK and US deferred prosecution agreements and made headlines around the world, but for the involvement of former President John Dramani Mahama and his younger brother of the full blood, Samuel Adam Foster, also known as Samuel Adam Mahama, and his associates, as recounted in the UK and US deferred prosecution agreements. Investigation found no evidence that former President Mahama was involved or played any role in the procurement and maintenance of the agency relationship between Airbus and Foster and his associates in respect of the purchase by the government of Ghana of military transport aircraft from Airbus. And it appears to the OSP that the direct communications and meetings between former President Mahama and officials of Airbus to close the deal were actuated by good intentions on the part of the former president. It also appears that Foster and his associates became involved as intermediaries in the Airbus Ghana deal after the decision by the government of Ghana in preference of the C-295 aircraft. Therefore, it seems that Foster's Airbus intermediary role at the time his brother served as the vice president of Ghana was a case of luckless coincidence that attracted the disapproval of the UK and US authorities. The OSP found no evidence that suggests that the involvement of Foster as an intermediary of Airbus and the direct communications and meetings between former President Mahama and officials of Airbus to close the deal between Airbus and the government of Ghana amounted to any corruption and corruption-related offense in respect of which the OSP has a mandate. However, it ought reasonably to have occurred to former President Mahama and the government of Ghana that the familiar relationship between former President Mahama and Foster and the direct participation by former President Mahama in the communications and meetings with Airbus officials were bound to raise reasonable suspicions of improper conduct and dealings, notwithstanding any claims to good faith conduct and above-board dealings, especially in light of the fact that during the first Airbus campaign, former President Mahama was a chairman of the Armed Forces Council by reason of his position as a vice president, and therefore a very key decision maker. Such close proximity dealings by such elected high officials of the Republic and their kin, and close associates on behalf of the Republic, should neither be viewed favorably nor encouraged, as they give rise to reasonable suspicion of influence peddling and conflict of interest, never mind any intended good faith on the part of the vice president or the president. Then again, the direct participation of the president and the vice president on behalf of the Republic in commercial communications and meetings with commercial entities should not be encouraged either, as they expose these elected high officials to the specter of the slightest hint of perceived corruption that may attend international business transactions. The president and the vice president should be insulated from such direct commercial dealings. Indeed, it seems to the OSP that the only reasons why the Airbus Ghana deal found its way into the UK and US DPAs were the fact that former President Mahama and Samuel Adam Foster were brothers of the full blood, and that former President Mahama directly participated in commercial communications and meetings with Airbus officials. This is because, and here, without seeking to critique the UK and US deferred prosecution agreements, the OSP found no evidence, circumstantial or direct, which suggests that Foster and his associates were actually paid bribes, and which bribes were to be transmitted to former President Mahama and that the bribes were actually paid to former President Mahama. Indeed, to all intents and purposes, and objectively viewed, an agency.
Special prosecutor, but because His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, young journalist, Shiawo Kempiski, question be basa, and yenti response, John Dramani Mahama Demaya, yenti response, na, and indeed, Kisia Jabin, the Abba at a very good time. Ghana for you.
A lot of allegations were thrown against me. I've been out of office for 7 years and 7 months. You think that if this government had anything they could stand on with how they hate my persona, they would not have prosecuted me for it. Airbus, the president referred it to the OSP, and the OSP is supposed to investigate it. You don't expect me to investigate myself. And so, if they had something to stand on, I'll not be standing here today. The same thing, hotel in Dubai. I challenged them. I said, let's go and find that hotel. I myself am in need of money. We'll find it, we'll sell it. You give me my small share and government can take the rest. Till today, $10 million for diaries. President Akuffo Addo himself said it, that my government has spent $10 million to import diaries. They've been in office for 7.7 years. Where is the $10 million for diaries? And so I've challenged the MPP and the mudslinging and the lies they've told about me at every juncture to come up with proof of the allegations and prosecute me. I am an adherent of accountability. And I've said anybody who serves in public office should be prepared to be accountable. And that accountability must start with myself. And if they have any allegations that they could prove, they would have done so by now. It's just a political gimmick. When elections are coming, then they start raising all kinds of issues and all that kind of thing. But I remain focused. My commitment is to fight corruption. And if I come into office, I'll hold their administration to the high standard of accountability. And those who serve in my administration would also be measured by the same yardstick. Yes, Akroma, Techino.
Thank you.
And then a lot of allegations were thrown against me. I've been out of office for 7 years and 7 months.
Forget one. John, relax it. My lordin on Wufu be money. My lordy, Macra bibindi, Macra ninja. Because now you go up anymore.
My dear, Miss Womo, His Excellency, and my senior, I may be going when my double. Nene, mate, now what feed ye so. Na maton krama, O.Benpah, or Yabwapa Ponce.
Mahama, Yegana gas, I won't yet Jumanya, and Negana gas in tea, or ye multi-millionaire. Now, Danya, we pro Ashanti region. I go Kwan, may say, or rooftop pool, swimming pool, will be from. Me, Jinawa feed ye swaton krama, Abwapa Ponce. Omra bontin na omepa ofa echope mu odene ema His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ne nebusua na sa chopa no sanfa bi ma NDC amanyukuo ene Ghana fo nyina me gina wa fidie so. I'm demanding an unqualified apology from O.Benpah. Chase ni ntia se
yenti asese opa na chaw se yenti krom ha ena o ma NDC fo emebunu ye kodol ayi cantonment.
Okay.
Ekwa pamun kure wa cantonment mu kodol mu gates mu nyina all because they were waiting for him to bring that petition to His Excellency. Na sabio mi nua bema Ghana ha ye nyansam mu ne emnim die mu no se wo accuse obi a na sam ne wo court and I was special ye wo ba bia ye hwehwe mu a ye san petition sa nipa no na wo O.Benpah pese wo de basabasa ne oye ne eba kro yi mu ana mpanifo IGP ne nim die mu e ka che ne sema onsi ho na so O.Benpah pa ho anka menua be ma imagine enioma anka besi that day enkrofo anka betimi ahwere wo mo nkwa emoja anka begu wo Ghana ha na se ne His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Nyankopon a wo te ase a wo de kwame vindicating her. He deserves an apology from this boy. He deserves it, and I'm calling for it. So O.Benpah papon menu abema no menu nyina ne fragogo. E kwan a wode JM fa so wo Airbus scandal ho no brabonten and 10 na fa chaw pabra his excellency na for na bi nkan ye NDC fo nyina.
So solidly made. Me be see a room your time be see a room on the campaign. As a member of
Abusua wene ensama ekoso ewo highway so eye aboa apapon a obi anim se efe no O.Benpah na achese odidwo ato Akroma John Dramani Mahama achese Mahama krampo no ompene ni masha awapam no ewo ni fi a enye asam keto akra abusua Madam Mary Awusi na yete se ode ensam de betu de achese wakeka bi akyere O.Benpah enye easy kra achese NDC mba ne de omo atoto bi amane ne papa omo aboni ntutu ete se omo ye na abo apapon se sebi o omo sa apapon de na pampam gbon ne ade ende omo akeka bi ate ne ye pa abusa ye be de abidwafo ase se omo je pene kokoti sa audio wi ede mai POG Media madam.